Okay, right, here we go. Let's get comfy for this one. This time last year, I released a video where I showed off my entire Nintendo Switch collection. Since that video has released, I have added way more games to my collection, so I actually want to go through my entire selection of games that I have in my collection right now. Got around about 50 games to show off, so this is going to be a long video, might be a long one to edit as well, but we'll get through it. I'll be as quick as I can. I'm also going to go through the CEX values of these games as well. I'm going to value the entire collection so I can find out how much my collection is roughly worth according to CEX. If you don't know what CEX is a company in the UK who specialise in second-hand technology, so computer exchange stuff. So that's basically what they do. They sell video games and they sell them at the best prices relatively in the UK. So I'm going to value my games through CEX. So we'll do that. So I'm going to go through the games. I'm also going to use the CEX app on my phone. You basically scan a barcode through the app. So first of all is Animal Crossing New Horizons. I think everyone pretty much has this game in their collection. Very, very good game. It's not the best Animal Crossing game in my opinion, but it is still worth getting on Nintendo Switch. It's the second best selling game on Nintendo Switch. Alright, let's find out how much this is. So Animal Crossing is currently worth £35 in CEX. So let's add that to the calculator. It's a game that is very underrated in my opinion. More people should play this because it's a great multiplayer game. You use punching mechanics, so motion controls. It's one of the best gyro control games on the console. Worth playing in my opinion. Scan, currently worth £18. Next up is Astral Chain. This is a really, really great action beat 'em up game in the style of like Bayonetta, but it's also more of a detective style game. Very, very fast paced. Great story missions. Quests are really fun, and I really enjoy this game. Very good story as well. Very underrated, and I think a lot of people have missed this game, and I think more Nintendo Switch players should play it. So £32 in CEX. Next up is Bayonetta 3. Really good game. Not my favourite Bayonetta game. Bayonetta 2 is still my favourite. But Bayonetta 3 is still worth playing just because it ties up the story. Very good action slash beat 'em up game. Really highly recommend it. So Bayonetta 3 is worth £18 in CEX. Let's add that. Next up is Borderlands 3 Ultimate Edition. I've not played this, I'll be honest with you. I do like Borderlands. Borderlands 2 is probably my favourite, so yeah. I got this just because I got into a Borderlands hype in 2023. I still need to play this though. But yeah, Borderlands 3 Ultimate Edition is in my collection. So worth £25 in CEX. Crash Bandicoot N. Sane Trilogy. This is a game that I never really played when I was younger. I never really played Crash Bandicoot, and a lot of people were playing it. I was never much of a PS1 guy. My brother was more of a PS1 person. But yeah, Crash Bandicoot N. Sane Trilogy. I've played it on Switch, and it's very fun. Difficult, but enjoyable. So I really like these games. £22. Dark Souls Remastered, a game that I really enjoy. If you like games like Legend of Zelda or any kind of like adventure game, this is right up your alley. However, this is a extremely difficult game. Dark Souls series is kind of based on these like games that are supposed to be extremely brutal and difficult, but the more you play them, the better you get, and it's the challenge of playing them. I really enjoy it. I think it's very good fun. It can be very stressful, obviously, because the brutality of the game, but that's kind of the fun of it, I suppose. £30 for Dark Souls Remastered. Fire Emblem Engage. I've not played this. I do really need to play this. I loved Fire Emblem Three Houses. Fire Emblem Engage is still on my list of games to play. It's in my backlog, but I'm going to play it eventually. But let's find out how much it is. Fire Emblem Engage is being shown off at £30. Next up is Fire Emblem Three Houses. I love this game. Genuinely one of the best games on Nintendo Switch. If you haven't played it, highly recommend it. It's got some amazing pathways to play through. The characters are all really interesting, and I just think it was my first Fire Emblem game, and I really, really love it for that. I just think this is going to be one of my favourite games of all time, so definitely play this. Fire Emblem Three Houses at CX has been sold for £40. Next up is Fire Emblem Warriors. Again, another game I've not actually played, I'll be honest with you. I will play this eventually. I love Dynasty Warriors style games. I haven't got much experience with Dynasty Warriors, but I like Hyrule Warriors games. So I'm assuming I'll like this. I'm getting into Fire Emblem, so this is perfect for me. It's currently worth £20 at CEX. Next up is the Grand Theft Auto Trilogy. Love these games, played them a lot when I was younger as a child. I shouldn't have been because they're definitely not for children, these games, but they actually did an update for this game recently and improved it a lot. When this game was first launched, it came out with so many bugs and issues, but this game is actually playable now. So currently being sold for £40 at CEX. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Nice piece of gaming this, because this was released during that wait for Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. So it was a great little taster, I suppose, just before Tears of the Kingdom was released. And I actually think this is pretty fun. The game is currently worth £38. Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition, the first version of Hyrule Warriors. This was the re-release on Nintendo Switch. It comes with all of the gameplay from the 3DS and Nintendo Switch. I think this is fun. It's not the best Hyrule Warriors game. I prefer Age of Calamity personally, but still, it's a nice little Zelda taster. Yeah, great spin-off, worth playing. This game is worth £42 in CEX. Kirby and the Forgotten Land. I actually really enjoyed this game. At first, when I was first playing through it, I was like, it's just okay. But the more I played it, I really started to like it. The ending of this game is wild, and I'm actually quite looking forward to the DLC on Nintendo Switch 2, if I pick it up. Probably the best Kirby game ever made, in my opinion. This game is worth £38 in CEX. The next game I've got is Klonoa Fantasy Reverie Series. I've not played this. I've played the first one a little bit. It was okay. It feels like a PlayStation 2 game. Yeah, I mean, it is a remaster of a PlayStation 2 game, I suppose. Yeah, it's fine. Like, I'm happy to play it, if I ever will play it. I felt like this was just a great pickup at the time, because it wasn't that expensive. But I think it's worth playing through now, so I'm going to play it. This game is worth £18 at CEX. Before I carry on, I would just like to say, please do take your time to subscribe to the channel, because I'm trying to hit 2,000 subscribers at the moment, and you guys subscribing to the channel really helps make me feel good inside. I really love seeing people join in with this community and be a part of it. So yeah, please do. It makes my day. Luigi's Mansion 3. I've not played it. I've only just recently picked up this game. It was on my list of games to pick up in 2025. I actually really enjoyed Luigi's Mansion on the GameCube, so I'm assuming I'll like this. I'll let you know when I've played it what I think about it. So Luigi's Mansion 3 is here. £30 at CEX. Metal Gear Solid Volume 1 Master Collection. I love these games. Genuinely some of my favourite games of all time, these. Metal Gear Solid 3, in my opinion, is possibly one of the greatest games ever made. Great collection this. Comes with 5 games, 3 of the best games of all time, and 2 like older retro games. Worth playing. Definitely worth playing. £38. Next up is Metroid Dread. Love this game. One of my favourite games on Nintendo Switch. Very good Metroidvania game. Literally proves why Metroid is the best game in like the Metroidvania subgenre of gaming. I think this is one of the best Metroid games in general. Gameplay wise, it's amazing. Story is great. Boss battles, some of the best in gaming history in my opinion. Game's worth £28. Metroid Prime Remastered. One of the greatest games ever made, easily. One of the best first-person shooting games ever made. This is an action puzzle adventure game in first person. Really good, very good game. Easily my favourite Metroid game. Love it. £32 in CEX. Next up is Neo The World Ends With You. I've not played this. It's still in my backlog. I've had it for about a year and a half now, admittedly. And I'm going to play it eventually. I just have not got around to it. I think I'm looking for the first game to play that first and then play this. But the first game is so hard to track and find. But yeah, now I'm going to play it. I will play it, and I'll let you know what I think when I've played it. £25 at CEX. Next is one of my favourite games of all time, and that is Nier Automata, the End of Yoho edition. Really, really great game. Easily one of the best action slash and beat 'em up adventure open world games there is out there. It's set in like a sci-fi world. And I genuinely think this is amazing. Some of the best gameplay I've ever seen in a game. Love it. I love the story, just everything about it. The open world style, the graphics, the visuals, the mind-blowing moments, and the psychology of this game. Perfect game in my opinion. Love it. This game is being sold at £32 in CEX. Ni no Kuni 2 Revenant Kingdom. It's okay. I've played most of it. I just couldn't really get into it much. Like, it's fine. It's a bit glitchy on Switch, I think. It was supposed to be a PS4 game, but yeah, I like Studio Ghibli, so I think that was what drew me to this. I prefer the first game. The first game is way better, but this was fine for what it was. It's not a perfect game by any means. It's not one of the best games on Switch by any means, but it's okay. It's worth having if you like JRPGs and if you like Studio Ghibli. This game's worth £18 in CEX. Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. Right, admittedly, I have not finished this game. I played most of it. I just didn't finish it for some reason, and I know that's going to upset a few Nintendo fans because a lot of people love this game. I thought it was great. I didn't love it. Yeah, it was a bit slow for me, I think. I think that was the issue. Like, gameplay-wise, it's great, and it looks amazing visually. I don't actually think this game really needed a remake because the GameCube version still looks great anyway. But we got it, I suppose. Yeah, it's fine. It's a good game. Very good game on Switch, but it just wasn't my kind of thing. I'm not the biggest JRPG fan anyway. So, yeah. But let's find out how much it's worth. So, at CEX, this game is worth £35. Persona 5 Strikers. This is a game that I really do enjoy. It took me a while to get into. It's not as good as Persona 5 Royal, but it's still great. Like, it's a very good sequel. It continues the story of the Phantom Thieves, and it's worth playing through. It's a different kind of game. It's more like Dynasty Warriors than it is a Persona game, but it still has Persona elements to it. Like the life simulation stuff, which is really good. £22 in CEX. Next is one of my favourite games on Nintendo Switch. I really like this game. I think it's a great multiplayer game, and that is Pikmin 3. Very good game. I played through this with my partner. We really enjoyed it. It's very stressful, and that's the point of it. It's got this like day cycle gameplay to it, where everything is done through real time, and yeah, it's a real time strategy game with little tiny insect people that are really fun and quirky. So worth playing this. I think if you've not played Pikmin, get it. I haven't got Pikmin 4, so you won't see Pikmin 4 in this list. That's a game that I'll hopefully pick up this year. £38. Next game is one of my least favourite games on Nintendo Switch, and that is Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. This game does not live up to the original. No way. This was so disappointing. Easily the most disappointing game on Nintendo Switch. And the problem with that is it was just a very lazy remake. It has that kind of chibi style to it, which no one really wanted. They could have taken the graphics of, say, Pokemon Let's Go, Pikachu and Eevee, and just reused that graphic style, and it would have worked absolutely fine for me. But yeah, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, I didn't even bother finishing it because I just could not get into it. It's just not good. £45. Quite expensive. Pokemon games do get expensive. However, let's go the other end of the spectrum and go with Pokemon Legends Arceus. Now, this game is great. I love this game. This is the direction Pokemon should be going in. I'm interested in what Pokemon Legends Zeta A is going to be like, because it kind of doesn't feel like it's a sequel to this game from what I've seen. I really like this game. I think it's a really good open area game where you get to go around and just be a Pokemon trainer and capture Pokemon. It's good. Really recommend this. Great visual style as well. I like the art style of it, the watercolor kind of style. £48. Wow. Okay, £48 for a game. Nintendo Switch. This has gone up in price. Is that gonna fall? I've got a tower of games just in front of me that I feel like is gonna tumble in a minute. Next one is Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. I love this. I think this is really good. It's kind of like a pseudo remake of the original Pokemon Red and Blue. It's for me, this game was a dream to go through because it was so much nostalgia for me. Pokemon Red and Blue is one of my favorite games of all time. So going through this was just, it was great. I loved it. I loved going back in time. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. It's not a full true remake, but it is. So £38. This pilot's gonna fall over. Let's move that. Oof. So far, this is how many games we're getting through. Got loads more to go through yet. Next up is Pokemon Sword. Yeah, it was fine. I liked this game. I did like it. I thought it was a decent game. A lot of people didn't like it because it's not like a true open world Pokemon game, which I think a lot of people were expecting for Nintendo Switch. But for what it is, it's good. I still think it's a good game. I think it's underrated personally. This one is also worth £38. And continuing with Pokemon, we are going with Pokemon Violet. Yeah, it's good. Pokemon Violet's good. Do actually have Pokemon Scarlet, and I'll get that in a minute. But Pokemon Violet is in my personal collection. So let's find out. Yeah, I like this game. It's not the best Pokemon game ever. It's open world, but the biggest issue with this game is the fact that it just barely runs on Nintendo Switch. It was not optimized properly, this game, at all. The graphics, the open world. This game was rushed out the door when it was first released, just because it was supposed to release for Christmas. A bit more polished, this game could have been excellent. This game is worth £40. Next up is Shin Megami Tensei 3 HD Remaster Nocturne. Why do JRPGs always have like the longest names ever? I've never played a Shin Megami Tensei game, so I can't really say much about this one. I brought it for the reason that I feel like this is going to get really expensive, this game. I want to play Shin Megami Tensei because I'm into Persona. I like the Persona games. I've just never played Shin Megami Tensei itself. So I got this one and I got the next game as well. This one's being sold at £18. And then obviously continuing with Shin Megami Tensei, I've got Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance here. Let's see how much this is being sold for now. £25. I think that's actually a pretty good price for this game. Next game on my list is Shovel Knight Treasure Trove. I've not played this. You'll find that a lot of these games I've not played because I've got a massive backlog building up. But I got this because I kind of want to get into more indie games. Indie games is something that I've not got a lot of experience with, and I want more experience. So I did actually think about playing more indie games on this channel to try and turn it into a bit of an indie game style channel. Shovel Knight Treasure Trove. I know this game comes with most Shovel Knight content there is at the moment. It's worth picking this one up. This game is worth £20. I think that's a pretty good steal. The next one is one of my favourite games on Nintendo Switch that I've had the experience of playing so far, and this game is Sonic and Shadow Generations. Really great game. I love this game. Generally think it's one of the best games on Nintendo Switch. This should not play as good as it does on Switch. This is a PS5 game, and it looks amazing on Nintendo Switch. Legit looks amazing. So really highly recommended. It's a great game. It's a remaster of a PS3 game, but is upgraded to be a PS5 game, and it has all the Shadow content in it. Really great. Love it. £32 altogether. Next up is Splatoon 2. This is awesome. I love this game. It's just annoying that Splatoon 3 is now where everybody is playing Splatoon. But as a Splatoon game, in my opinion, this was the best online. The Octo expansion in this game as well is easily worth picking up just for that, because that's a great campaign mode. £15 so far. And then, of course, with Splatoon 2, I also have Splatoon 3. Because, like I said, everybody is playing this game when it comes to online. I don't think this is as good as Splatoon 2 online, in my opinion, but I do think the story mode in this is the best in the series, easily. If you haven't played the story mode in this, it's worth playing. Genuinely one of the best story modes on Nintendo Switch in any game there is, so I think this is great. This one is worth £30, so it's double the price of Splatoon 2, but I think it's worth it because the online is still very good in this game. I think it's probably the best Splatoon game. Spyro Reignited Trilogy. I think these games are fantastic. I actually played these on the PS4, so I've never really played the Switch version, but I did want these games for the portability because they are fun. But from when I played them on PS4, really great remakes. Spyro is a series that I had to get into later because like I said, PS1 wasn't really a PS1 guy when I was younger. I was more N64, and Spyro wasn't really an N64 game. So I kind of got into Spyro a lot later on in my life. But these are good remakes, so I highly recommend these, and they play pretty well on Switch. On CEX's website, £25. Next up is, this is the big one. This is the one where we find out how much this game is worth. But this game is Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Now this is easily one of the most rare games on Nintendo Switch, just because this game had a limited time release. So Nintendo do not make this game anymore. It's a collection of 3 of the best Mario games available: Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy. 3 amazing games, and they're all playable on Switch. And yeah, it was such a shame that this game was only a limited time release. It really shouldn't have been. But this game is now really expensive if you want to buy it brand new, which is very hard because it's super rare too. But let's find out how much CEX is selling this game for. £68. This is the most expensive game I have in my collection. Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Great, fantastic 2D Mario game. Possibly the best on the Nintendo Switch, and possibly the best of all time. Alongside Super Mario World and Super Mario Bros. 3. This game is really good. It's just the gift that keeps on giving. It always has something new on every single level, and I really appreciate how creative this game is. I think it's great. It's a great multiplayer game. I play this game with my partner, and yeah, it's just a fun time. It's one of the best games on Nintendo Switch in my opinion. £40 for Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Super Mario Odyssey, one of the first games I had on Nintendo Switch. I love this game. One of the best 3D Mario games there is, in my opinion. In fact, it might even be the best. It's not my favourite, but it probably is the best. Open area game, lots to do in it, is too much to do at times. But I really recommend this game. Really, really good creative game. And it's Mario at its best. Let's find out how much it's worth. £38 in CEX. One of the more recent games on Nintendo Switch, and this game is Super Mario Party Jamboree. I love this game. Really, really good game. If you've got nothing to play and you just want to play something fun that's easy to pick up and play, Super Mario Party Jamboree is that game. This is great fun for all the family and everyone who's involved. 4-player game, but it's just it's really good. I love this game. I've never had a bad experience with this game at all. So one of the only things I don't like about this game is how long it takes to unlock everything. But that's something that, yeah, because you don't really play this game all the time. Like, you'll play it when you've got family around and stuff. I wish all the content in this game was kind of unlocked at first when you first play it, but it is what it is. The more you play it, the more content you get, I guess. £42 in CEX. Next one is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I love this game. Is it the best game in the series, in my opinion? Probably, yeah. It's not my favourite. Super Smash Bros. Melee is still my favourite, but Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is the ultimate Smash Bros. Game. It's got all the content you need, all the characters you need. Characters in this that really shouldn't belong in a Smash Bros. Game, but they do. And yeah, I think this game is just incredible when it comes to its content and its playability. There's so much to do in it, so much fun when it comes to 2 players. One of the best online games. £40 in CEX. The best game on Nintendo Switch now, and that is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Easily my favourite and the best game on Nintendo Switch, in my opinion. Yes, I know Tears of the Kingdom exists, but I'll explain in a minute. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is the Switch game. It's the game that made everyone buy a Nintendo Switch. Highly recommend playing this. It's just incredible open world gameplay. It changed gaming forever, I feel this game did, with its open world sandbox style gameplay. It's changed the Zelda series. Really recommend. Looks beautiful, plays beautifully. The fact this runs on Nintendo Switch is just a miracle. Well, there we go. And this game is worth, let's find out, £38. We go to the most recent Zelda game, and that is The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. I think this game is underrated, personally. Is it the best Zelda game ever? No, not at all. But it's not a bad Zelda game. It had its issues, and it was mostly due to it was easily cheesable, this game. Some of the puzzles were just so easy to be solved from cheesing it. But I think overall it was a great package, and it was nice to see Zelda at the helm of the game instead of Link for once. And I think, yeah, it's good. Like, it's not my favourite Zelda game, but I think if you're going to play a Zelda game, this is definitely one you should try out, just because it's so different to the rest of the other Zelda games, with the fact that it's not a Link game. Yeah, so let's find out how much this one's worth. £38 currently. Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, a game that is, in my opinion, possibly the best 2D Zelda game out there. This game changed Zelda for me for a little bit, because I've always kind of seen the 2D Zelda games as a backseat to the 3D games in the series, but I think this one here really changed that for me. I like Minish Cap, and I like Link's Awakening, and I like Link to the Past, but when I played Link's Awakening HD, I really started to see a difference in the 2D style Zelda games, and I think they actually kind of became more important than the 3D games, or just as important as the 3D games for me, because yeah, these are the heart of Zelda, and you know, these are always the smaller Zelda games that kind of make the Zelda series what it is, if you know what I mean. Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening HD. Let's find out how much this one's worth. £35 on Nintendo Switch at CEX. The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD. Great game this. This was a great needed addition to the series, in fact, because I like Skyward Sword. I do. I like Skyward Sword as a game. I think it's a great game. I think it's the worst 3D Zelda game. And the reason for that was the motion controls and the style. It was too linear. I like my Zelda games linear, but this game was too linear. There was no real exploration in this game. Yeah, it was good. Like, it's good, but they made it better on Switch, in my opinion. The fact that you had button controls, which was what the original game needed. But it is what it was. I mean, the the Wii was a motion control console, so it made sense for motion controls to be the main feature of Skyward Sword at the time. Button controls will always beat motion controls, and I think this game really needed it. I preferred this playthrough than I did on the Wii, and I think it's a great Zelda game. It's just not one of my favourites, and I don't think it belongs in my top 5 Zelda games. I think that's kind of universally seen. I know a lot of people really like Skyward Sword and think it's one of the best Zelda games. Story in this is amazing though. Like, they're generally one of the best Zelda stories. £38 at CEX. The other best game on Nintendo Switch, and that is The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I prefer Breath of the Wild, personally, but I can see why a lot of people love this game. This is a game that took Zelda to the next level in the form of creativity, because this is the Minecraft of Legend of Zelda, and it's really, really good. I don't love it, personally. That's just me, but I think it's definitely a top 10 Legend of Zelda game. Creatively, it's incredible when it comes to what you can do in this game, like building vehicles and shaping the world in a way, and doing what you want to do in it. I think Breath of the Wild for me was a bit better because it kind of came out at a time when video games had never done what Breath of the Wild had done, whereas Tears of the Kingdom kind of had to retread ground and improve on that ground, if you know what I mean. Tears of the Kingdom is still amazing, and it's easily one of the best games on Nintendo Switch, so I really highly recommend this. £42 in CEX. Don't forget, you can also subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. I'm trying to hit that 2,000 subscriber milestone at the moment, so please do make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on this video. It really helps the channel out. Next up is Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3 Remastered. These have got a lot of memories for me, because while I was never a PS1 kid, like I never really owned my own PS1, we did have one in the family. It was my brother's, and he played on it. He used to play Tomb Raider 3. And Tomb Raider 3 is a game I really recommend because I remember playing through the tutorial level, which was Lara Croft's mansion. And in that mansion, there's lots to do. Like, it's a whole level itself. And you get the butler following you around. And I always remember the butler chasing you around, and you could lock him in the fridge and stuff like that. Yes, lock him in the freezer. All kinds of stuff. I know these games haven't aged well. I've seen it with the remasters. But they're still worth playing because these are gaming history. Lara Croft at one point was the biggest icon in gaming, up there with Mario. So, yeah. Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3 Remastered. Let's find out how much this is worth. This one is £32 at CEX, which is quite expensive because I've got that for a lot cheaper. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. Recently picked this one up because I'm on the Tony Hawk's hype at the moment. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 has been announced and shown off, so I will be playing that. But I wanted to play through 1 and 2 again, just because I love Tony Hawk's games. They are just super fun arcade games. I just like messing around with these kinds of games because why not? You know, if you want a non-serious game, great game to play. £28 at CEX. Next one is Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. I love this game. Really good game. I've not finished it, but from what I've played pretty much most of it. I need to finish it. I don't know why I've not finished it. This is incredible. One of the best Nintendo games of all time. Amazing. Highly recommend it. Probably one of the best JRPGs I've ever played. I just need to finish it. I don't know why I've not finished it. And the fact that this is a definitive edition as well, comes with all the content, looks incredible, plays incredible, story's immaculate, literally an amazing story. Yeah, I just love the world of this, and I think it's something that I would highly recommend to everyone. This game is now £42 at CEX. I paid a lot cheaper than that. This is the last game in my collection. And this game is Xenoblade Chronicles 3. So I've not played this. I've not played Xenoblade Chronicles 1 all the way through, so I've not played this one yet. I will play it though. I'm interested in playing it just because it looks awesome. Like, it looks amazing. I've heard so many good things about this game. I know that a lot of people say this is the best game in the series, so yeah, I'm looking forward to finding out if it is. Let's see how much it's worth. £35. So they were all the games in my personal collection, so all the games that were on my shelf, the ones that I play. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to go through the family games. So these are games that me and my partner play, and they're pretty much her games, I suppose. But I'm going to go through them anyway, because why not? Let's do it. Let's show off these games as well and add them to the price and value of the entire collection we have in this household. So let's go with the first game, which is 51 Worldwide Games. Great game. Really fun if you want a game just to chill and play with. £20 in CEX. The definitive game for Nintendo Switch, and everybody who has a Nintendo Switch should own this game, and this is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. If you've not played it, play it. £38. Next one is Pokemon Scarlet. So I did have Pokemon Violet in the video earlier, but this is Pokemon Scarlet, which my partner owns. So like Pokemon Violet, this one was also, I believe, the same price, £40. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. This is actually a really fun platforming puzzle game. I actually really recommend this. Really good game. I played through this on the Wii U and then rebought it again for Switch because it's just a very fun time. £28 on Nintendo Switch. Next one is a game that I just don't care for in general, and that is Just Dance 2021. It's Just Dance. What can I say? It's a dancing game that's great if you want to do like fitness, I suppose. And it's a good party game. If you have a family around and they just want to play, Just Dance is actually a very good game to have. £15, so it's probably worth that much because it's an older game, 2021. Layton's Mystery Journey, Catriel and the Millionaire's Conspiracy Deluxe Edition. Again, why do these games have the longest names ever? I believe this was a 3DS game, and then it was ported over to Switch, I believe. I'm not sure. Something like that. It's basically Professor Layton without Professor Layton. Come on, game. Yep. And this game, oh my god, I didn't expect it to be that much. But this game is being sold at £32 in CEX. Little Friends, Dogs and Cats. This was the Nintendogs ripoff that isn't quite as good as Nintendogs, but I guess it kind of scratched the itch. Meh, it's not really for me. Valued at £22 in CEX. Sports Party. This is an awful Wii Sports game that isn't Wii Sports, and it's made by Ubisoft, so you'd expect at least a bit of a budget behind this game, but it's not. It's not got any budget. It's terrible. It's just a shovelware game, but it is what it is. I guess it scratched the itch. £12. Disney's Epic Mickey Rebrushed. I've not played this, but my partner says it's really good. It's a remaster of a PS2 game and a Wii game, but yeah, it's good, I suppose. It looks good from what I saw. I've not played it myself, but from what I could tell, it looked really good. So, good little underrated platforming game. Let's find out how much it's worth. £28. I got it a lot cheaper than that when I bought it. I can't remember if I got it on sale, but I definitely got it cheaper than £28. Nintendo Switch Sports, a game that is somewhat underrated, I think. I don't think this game is as bad as people make it out to be. I think it's still fun. It's not as good as Wii Sports, no, it's not, definitely not, but I think it's still fine. Like, it does its job, and it's definitely better than Sports Party. This is fine. Like, it's what it is. Let's find out how much it is. And it also comes with the leg strap as well. The leg strap is inside this still. £32, which is what I kind of expected. And the last game I'm going to talk about, and it comes in a big box, is Ring Fit Adventure. Now, it's in this big box because it's got the Ring Con with it as well. The ringy thing that comes with the game. It's a Pilates ring, really. But it's supposed to be for Nintendo Switch. This is really good. I genuinely think this is one of the best games on Nintendo Switch, and the reason for that is it just works so well. The motion controls in this are incredible. I think this is really good. I had a lot of fun with this game. You just have to have the effort for it, because obviously it's a fitness game, but as a game itself, it's very good. I think this is really, really interesting, because it's one of the best gyro games of all time. This game is only being sold at £25 apparently, which is not what I expected at all. I thought it would be a bit more expensive than that. And that's with the fitness ring and leg strap. Ooh, interesting. So that is all of the games. I'm going to do a quick retotal up myself, and I will get back to the end of this video, but I'm going to just make sure I find out how much this game, my actual value is worth, but I've shown you what games I have, and that is my general collection for Nintendo Switch. I do have digital games as well, which I will go through at some point, but yeah, these are literally the physical games I have. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Let me just go through them and I'll tell you the full value of these games. You might have totaled them up yourself, but let's do a grand total of these games now. So I'm just going to scan and recalculate. So back in 2 seconds, I shall click my fingers, and then once I've clicked, I'll be back with the value. So here we go. Okay, so I've done a bit of totaling up now through the CEX app. So I've been going through all my games, obviously, in the video, and totaling up at the bottom. Totaling up throughout the video about what games I actually own and how much they're worth. I'm basically going to talk to you about the values of my collection, about how much it would cost to buy this collection today, and also how much the collection is worth in value of trade and in cash. So let's do it. So through CEX right now, if I was to buy my entire collection, so the games that I own, my personal collection, so a total of 51 games I have, it would cost me £1,674 to buy this collection right now. To me, that's kind of crazy, because CEX are selling these games around about, on average, probably £30. So £1,674 is a lot of money, really, on games. So, but that's basically what my collection, my personal collection, is worth. If I was to add the games that me and my partner kind of play together, the family games, if you know what I mean, so a total of 62 games, including these games here, I would then be paying £1,966. So that is a lot of money, and that's for a total of 62 games. So yeah, this is very expensive to buy Nintendo Switch games on an average of about £25 to £30 each at CEX. So now I'm going to talk about the cash value of these games. So if I was to trade in all 62 games, I would be basically getting a cash value of £909. So there's a bit of a drop there, so it's roughly about £1,000, just around about £1,000 there you're losing out of money if you was to cash this game collection with the ones that are in the family collection. So 62 games, you're pretty much losing about £1,000 there. So it's not, is it worth it? I mean, I'd rather keep these games, I think, than lose £1,000. Took me a while to total all this up, but that's basically what CEX are offering. If you're going to go for cash voucher instead of CEX cash voucher, which is you can only use to trade in for other CEX items, I mean, to buy all those games for £1,966, that's a lot of money. So I would rather keep this collection personally than get rid of it. You know, I would if I was to sell these games, I would sell them at like £30 on average. So I would be looking for around about the £2,000 mark, basically, if I was to try and sell all these together, which I don't plan to do. So there we go. But my actual thing is with these games, you know, I collect for a reason. I don't collect because I want to sell these games on. I just want to make that clear. I collect because I like to play video games. I really do. And there's games here that I still yet to play. I don't just buy these games to sell on. Like, that's just, to me, that's not ethical, and I don't care about that. I would rather have these games in my collection to literally play, because that's literally my hobby, as well as, you know, making this content. And if I don't have the games, I can't make the content. There we go. That's that video for you. I hope you've enjoyed it. It was a lot of researching and looking into and scanning. So yeah, please give me the likes, comments, and subscribes just to help out the video. A lot of time and effort went into this video, so I appreciate it if you help out. I really enjoy seeing you guys, you know, join the community. So thank you. I'll see you around for the next video. Check out this video right here, which is the last video that I made on this channel. I hope it takes your interest. I'll see you soon. Bye!